All right, y'all. It's your boy Jalenyc back at it with another season prediction. Obviously, this is the 2024-2025 NBA season prediction from Jalen YC. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get all this right because this is a prediction. But before we start, I hope you guys are having a good day. If not, then just let this prediction video make you feel better. If you see something that you don't like, let me know, and maybe just we'll see how the season goes. But let's start off with the predictions, starting with the Western Conference standings. Okay, the 15th seed for the West is the Blazers. Now, they do have like a young core of Scoot, Shaden Sharp, Donovan Clingan, and they got some nice role players like Jeremy Grant, Denny Advia, DeAndre Ayton. But let's be honest, the West is stacked, and this roster is not enough to do anything. But I was saying like 4 or 5 years, they'll go right back on top. But for now, they're the worst team in the West. 14th seed, I got Utah. Now, like the Blazers, they got a nice young core, along with some vets like Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, Jordan Clarkson. But yeah, they're like the second worst. They might even like be the worst Western team, but really they're on a rebuilding mode. And I feel bad for Lauri Markkanen because I think he's going to his 8th season. He's already an All-Star, one Most Improved Player, and he's yet to play a playoff game. But he signed a 5-year contract, $238 million, to stay with the Jazz. So hopefully the Jazz will build a good team around Lauri, maybe get a star. But yeah, for now the Jazz, to me, they're the second worst Western Conference team. 13th seed, I got the Clippers. And I know what y'all thinking. Oh, but they got Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. Why you put them so low? Well, Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely with a quote-unquote injury. And James Harden, well, like, come on. He can't be enough to be the best player. He can't be the best player on the team anymore. This is not 2018. It's not 2019. James Harden is like in his mid-30s, damn near like just pushing 40. And if you look at the rest of the Clippers roster, they look weak as hell. Yeah, man, the Mavericks really, the Mavericks really like dismantled this team, bro. And yeah, basically the Clippers. I see the Clippers as a 13th seed. 12th seed, I got Houston. Now they look real good, but let's not forget that the West is stacked, and I don't think the Rockets have enough firepower to make it at least to the play-in tournament. I still feel like they're in the rebuilding mode, but Sanguine, maybe if Sanguine can like actually like average at least, let's say 25 points along with 10 rebounds, 5 assists, I can see him average those. Maybe they could be a lot better than what I predict, but as of right now, looks like the Rockets might be the 12th seed. I hate to say it, but I feel like this is going to be another season where Wemby misses the playoffs, just by a hair this time. I see the Spurs as the 11th seed. They are going to the right direction, but I still feel like they don't have enough good players. I mean, yeah, they got Chris Paul, like the veteran. He's a 20-year veteran, and he knows what he's going to do to the team. He's going to make this team a lot better. Chris Paul usually makes teams a lot better. And with Wemby on the team, I see them as the 11th seed, but they're not going to go any farther than that. I don't think they're going to make the play-in tournament. If you look at the roster, it's kind of the same as last season. And a lot of people were talking about, oh, they don't pass the ball to Wemby enough, or Popovich doesn't give Wemby minutes. Like, usually in the NBA, rookies don't get a lot of minutes. At least in today's NBA, rookies don't get a lot of minutes. But now that Wemby's a second-year pro, he's definitely going to... I see him average 27 points. But I still feel like this ain't enough. Maybe next year they might make the playoffs, depending on who's on the team. Now, I see Golden State as a 10th seed team. Now, I don't know like who's gonna win like the play-in tournament. I'm just gonna list them by seedings. Um, but I really feel like the Warriors haven't really progressed. Like, yeah, they signed Buddy Hield. They I mean they did some moves. I feel like Kuminga is gonna improve. But I still think like I don't know. This Warriors roster doesn't look enough to me, if that makes sense. Like I don't really see them getting over the hump. I don't really see them getting any better this year. But at least we expect another Curry domination. I feel like he might um, average like 30 points just like in 2021. We might have another 2021 Curry season. But we'll see about that. Ninth seed, I got the Pelicans. Now, I feel like Brandon Ingram might get traded. I don't know where. But the Pelicans, I mean, Zion looks healthy. They're thinking of putting Herb Jones at center, which is, I think that's a good idea considering how good of a defender he is. But like I said, like plenty of times already, the West is stacked. I feel like the Hornets, no, not the Hornets, the Pelicans. I feel like the Pelicans, they might fall short. I don't know if they could make the playoffs from a ninth seed, but I still think they're gonna have like a really solid season, but I think there's 8 teams better than the Pelicans right now. Now I got Sacramento at the 8th seed, and I think they're gonna make the playoffs. Um, they look really good. They look really really good, but like I said, the West is stacked, and if this was 2023 and the Kings signed DeRozan, bro, they probably would have been a whole lot better. Um, I still think I still think they need a defensive wing player. Maybe Keegan Murray could like ante up his defense. He's not a bad defender, but I I still think the Kings they can make some noise because they have one of the loudest crowds, especially the like the beam shit. But yeah, the Kings. I see them as the 8th seed. They look real good. For the 7th seed, I got the Lakers. And as you can see, there's Bronny with his father. And yeah, I mean, this really cool to see, like LeBron playing with his son. But the problem is, like in the preseason games, like he was bad. Like I heard he got one of the worst plus minuses in the preseason. I feel like Bronny's gonna have a slow start. Um, I don't think Bronny's gonna be like a superstar. I think he's gonna be a really good role player at least. But he has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do. Okay, but I believe he could get better. But I just hope the media and all the attention that he's getting, like it doesn't really mess up because remember, basketball is a mental game as well, and it can mess you up. Like think of not only an NBA player, but think of a player who was like hyped up, like in high school or college or whatever. But when they make it to the big leagues, like they fold, they they kind of get forgotten too. Like Bronny could be one of those players if all the attention like is like too much for him. And yeah, I mean I kind of felt bad for Bronny, a little bad for Bronny because yeah he's in the NBA, but is he gonna be good? And is that gonna like fuck up the Lakers season as well? Because you know they still got some good players. They basically got the same roster as last year, but I guess I mean it looks like the Lakers are done from title contention right now, um, but they're still playoff contenders in my book. They're gonna find their way to make it to the playoffs, and they probably might lose in the first round again. 6th seed, I got the Memphis Grizzlies. I feel like they're gonna turn it around. John Moran, hopefully he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, the Grizzlies will make the playoffs. They got Jaren Jackson Jr., Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, and of course they got the big man Zach Edey, as you can see on the right side. Um, yeah, man, the Memphis Grizzlies, they look really good, man. Let's just hope no one gets injured because last year for the Grizzlies was hell. Like there was like over at least 10 players was injured on that team for the most part of the season. Now, if they could miraculously stay healthy, I could see them make noise in the playoffs once again. It'll be exciting to see Ja play a healthy season. I just hope he doesn't like overdo his athleticism because that's how Derrick Rose went down. That's how a lot of players went down. But yeah, Sometimes he just need to calm his ass down because he could really hurt himself. But if he can do that, I see the Grizzlies make the 6th seed. I got the Suns as the 5th seed. Now, I think they got better signing Tyus Jones because what they were missing last season was a point guard. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. I mean, Devin Booker could play point guard, but he's not a true point guard, not like Tyus Jones. They needed a true point guard on the team, and now that they got Tyus Jones, I feel like they could get better. But I still think the Suns, I still think they're going to fall short. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a Bradley Beal thing. Because remember how bad he was in that 4-game sweep against Minnesota? Especially Game 4. Game 4, he was a complete disaster. But we'll see what happens. I got Suns as the 5th seed in the West. 4th seed, I got the Western Conference defending champions, the Dallas Mavericks. And as you guys are aware, they signed Klay Thompson. I feel like the Mavericks, I don't know if they got better, but they're still up there. Like they're still like top 5 best Western Conference teams for sure. For sure. But if they at least if Derek Lively could play more minutes, I think they could be a lot better than what I'm like thinking right now. I can see Lively average a double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. I see him as a Tyson Chandler role. Luka, I really hope Luka can play the best basketball he's ever played, better than last season. I believe he could do that. Right. Of course, Kyrie Irving. He's like 32 or 33, but he's still playing like he's 27, bro. Kyrie still has it. And so does this Mavericks team. I got them as the 4th seed. They look really good. For the 3rd seed, I have the Denver Nuggets with Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook. Yes, Russell Westbrook is playing with the NBA champions from 2 seasons ago. Okay. And they look really good. They most likely would, now that KCP is gone, they would most likely play Chris Brown. Yes, Chris Brown. And it's not the Chris Brown you're thinking. It's a different one. But, I mean, obviously, because Chris Brown is not in the league. But anyway, the Nuggets, I feel like they got a little worse. And I know it's a shock. It's wait, how? I mean, they have Jokic and Murray. How they got worse? They don't have KCP. They don't have Bruce Brown. In last year's playoffs, I kind of knew the Nuggets was not going to repeat because they don't have Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown was a big reason why the Denver Nuggets won that championship. When I saw Bruce Brown play for the Nuggets, man, whenever he's on the floor, I felt like the Nuggets was actually going to be on a roll. With his defense and also he was really good at shooting. I remember when he played for the Pistons, he was god-awful at the three-point line, but he worked on his three-point game. And eventually, he's an NBA champion, but he's no longer on the Nuggets. So, but hey, they got Christian Brown, Peyton Watson can help them out on defense as well. But they ain't KCP and they ain't Bruce Brown. But we'll see what the Nuggets can do. I still have them as top three Western Conference teams. But yeah, here are the two best Western Conference teams. And number two is OKC, which means y'all should know what number one is, and I'm gonna talk about them. But first, we'll talk about the Thunder. Okay? Now, they look spectacular. They look fucking spectacular. They signed Isaiah Hartenstein. That's gonna be really that's a big move. Now, Hartenstein is injured right now. He's gonna be out for a few weeks. But when he comes back, the team will be in tip-top shape. They look good. They're a very unselfish team. They're a young team, but they know what the hell they're doing, bro. Like I feel like OKC is one of the smartest teams in the NBA. Like I really think they have what it takes to be title contenders. I really think they have what it takes to make a lot of noise. I even think they have what it takes to have 60 wins this season. Like this team is damn near perfect. They got Alex Caruso as well. Caruso is already an NBA champion, so they got an NBA champion on their team. They got Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe, who's really good scorers as well. Joe, really good shooter. They got the Jalen Williams. They got the two Jalen Williams, the one you see number 8, and the other Jalen Williams that look like Duke Dennis. Like they all nice, man. They all nice. OKC, they're gonna be number 2, which means the number 1 seed in the Western Conference is the Minnesota Timberwolves. They look amazing, bro. They look amazing. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, they got the fraud Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. They can't pair up together in the front court. Nigga, we don't know that yet. Besides, they got Anthony Edwards, top 10 best NBA players right now. And they got a good bench. They got DiVincenzo. They look spectacular, bro. They look spectacular. They have they even have some young guns. Rob Dillingham, Terrence Shannon. Who else they got? Like they still got Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed, fucking Joe Ingles. I swear, I feel like I'm missing somebody. Well, whoever I'm missing, like they're on the team anyway. The Wolves, they look outstanding. They look fucking outstanding. They also look like title contenders. I feel like Anthony Edwards is really going to turn things the fuck up. I think Anthony Edwards can average 30 points or at least 28 points this season. Like this team right here, this team looks good. With or without Cat, this team look good. Like I had them as number 1 when they had Cat, and I still have them as number 1 now. Okay? And Julius Randle, as you can see, I still miss him. I still think his number 30 should be retired and up at the rafters. Because, yeah, I understand. Oh, he always does mistakes, blah, blah, blah. But he was an all-star when he played with us. I think that's what people, seem to forget quickly. He was a 3-time all-star when he played with the Knicks. And, but, yeah, hopefully him and DiVincenzo is happy on a good team. Probably, honestly, better than the Knicks, really, because, yeah, Minnesota just looks too good right now. And now it's time for the Eastern Conference standings, and the worst team in the East is Brooklyn. Need I say anything? They look fucking awful. Cam Thomas, he's going to have a pretty good season. I can see him average, 23 points, but other than that, the team looks awful. There's no, second scorer on that team. I think they're just going to tank for Cooper Flag. Because right now, they look fucking atrocious. I mean, need I say more about this? 14th seed, I have the Wizards. Now, they still look awful, obviously. I mean, they peaked in 2017 with the John Wall days. But, yeah, hopefully they'll get somebody really good in next year's draft. But yeah, as of right now, the Wizards, they look like the second worst team in the NBA again. 13th seed, I got Charlotte. Now, I think Brandon, Brandon Miller is going to improve. I can see him average a good 20 points, like just just barely average 20. But yeah, the Hornets, they look bad. I mean, of course they got LaMelo, but you never know with his injuries. Miles Bridges might get traded somewhere else this season. He's been in the Hornets since 2018. I think it's time for him to play for a new team because the Hornets, they're not going anywhere. 12th seed, I got Detroit. I feel like they got a little better signing Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, Malik Beasley. And I feel like Cade Cunningham is going to kind of have a revenge season. They obviously are not going to make the playoffs, but Cade is going to average at least 25 points. He's going to be fed up with all the bullshit, and he's just going to play his heart out. But I still feel like it won't be enough. But hey, at least the Pistons don't look like the worst team in the NBA like last season. 11th seed, I got the Toronto Raptors. And yes, they're going to miss the play-in tournament, and I don't think it's going to be close. Raptors, I mean, to me, they look like the same team from last year, damn near. They just, got like 3 or 4 rookies on the team, and somehow they still have a 38-year-old Garrett Temple on the team. How the hell is Garrett? Okay, how the hell is Garrett Temple? But this ain't about Temple. This is about Scotty Yachty, Barnes, R.J. Barrett, quickly, and the Raptors. I think they could make some noise. I can see them have around 35 to 39 wins in the season. They're gonna be somewhat good, but not good enough to make the play-in tournament. 10th seed, I got Chicago, but don't expect anything from them. I can see them make the play-in tournament, but yeah, I still feel like it just won't be enough. They might lose the first game, to be honest. But hey, Lonzo Ball's back. That's the good part. That's definitely gonna help with their defense. Not that they don't have Caruso anymore. Kobe White is looking good. Zach LaVine and Vucevic is still there. They were there before DeRozan joined, and they're still there after he left. So, but yeah, hey, at least they have somewhat of a good squad though. 9th seed, I got the Atlanta Hawks. They still got Trae Young, Capella, DeAndre Hunter, Bojanovic. I mean, the team is kind of the same. Most likely there'll be trades made. But I can see them make the play-in tournament still, but I think they could beat Chicago. But I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They might lose the second game, if not the first. So, yeah, Atlanta, 9th seed. 8th seed, I got Miami Heat. And I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but Miami's actually one of the most overrated teams in the NBA. Because after that 2023 year when they made the finals as the 8th seed, people still really think that they could, do it again. That, I say, I don't know. I don't know. Their ceiling is second round, but no better than that. I don't see Miami going far again. Jimmy Butler's already having problems with Pat Riley, and that fucks up the team chemistry. That fucks up the Heat. I feel like the Heat, they're gonna be in the play-in tournament again. Jimmy Butler's gonna turn it up, but I don't think it'll be enough. Jimmy Butler's aging. I think he's 35 right now. It's not gonna be the same. They're gonna have to rely on Bam, because I think Bam right now is the best player on the Heat. He reminds me of Jermaine O'Neal. So yeah, I think Miami is gonna be the 8th seed in the East. 7th seed, I got the Cavs, and Donovan Mitchell with the headband kind of looks cursed. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I mean the Cavs, they got the same damn team, bro. They got the same damn team that went to the semifinals and lost in five against Boston. Now there probably might be some trades made this season, but if they remain with the same team throughout this whole season, they're not gonna do anything. But yeah, Cavs right now look like the seventh best team in the East. Sixth seed, I got Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. What? Let me stop. But yeah, I got Orlando sixth seed. They look really good, and the signing of KCP can help them a whole fucking lot. It'll make sure they're still playoff content. Excuse me, I'm a little congested. But KCP, he'll make sure that the Magic are still playoff contenders and not just a one season wonder team. Um, and Paolo, you already know how good Paolo is. If you haven't seen him, you gotta watch him, man. He's really nice. I could see him average at least 25 points this season. He's really gonna be. Uh, um, I'll say he's gonna be like top 10, maybe top 5 player in the league in like 5 years. Paolo's really nice. I like the Magic too. I hope they don't do anything bad to my Knicks. Fifth seed, I got Philly, and bruh, the season hasn't even started, and we're already having some controversy right now with Joel Embiid saying he want to play half, like he doesn't want to play back to backs. Paul George is injured. Like, bro, this team can never get over the hump because of this type of shit. And you could say it's because of Embiid's injuries, but even when Embiid is in the playoffs, like he doesn't like play his best. Like, yeah, he's always playing through injury like every damn game. But at the same time, it's like he still has a squad. He got Tyrese Maxey, and now he got Paul George, who's known as a playoff choker. Um, they got a good place. They got Caleb Martin. They I think Kelly Oubre re-signed with the Sixers. I don't know if he re-signed with them or the contract was more than 1 year, but they still have him. They got Jared McCain, Mister, 2 years into college or whatever. The Sixers, they're not bad, but let's be honest, I don't think they're gonna do anything. If anything, they might lose in the first round again. Fourth seed, I got Milwaukee. Now, I have another unpopular opinion. I don't think the Bucks are gonna do anything. I really don't. They got the same damn team. If you look at the roster, it doesn't look eye popping at all. Like, of course, you got Giannis and Dame, two unstoppable, damn near unstoppable offensive forces. But if you look at the rest of the roster, it doesn't look all that. I mean, this Bucks team still has Pat Connaughton. He's been on that team since 2018. I think it's about time he should like go somewhere else. Like, seriously. But yeah, the Bucks, I see them as a fourth seed team. They're still gonna be really good, but I don't think they're gonna be like 2021 good anymore. Like, I think those days are over. Third seed, I got this fuck ass Pacers team. Um, Now I gotta admit, Halliburton is him. Like he's like really really good. He's been amazing since last December. Um, but I still don't like him. I still don't like him. I'm a Knicks fan, and I don't like the Pacers. Y'all should know why. Um, but hey, at least we can say something. The Pacers still don't have a championship banner in the Pacers arena. Um, Maybe they could one day, but probably like 100 years when we all either cremated or buried. Um, yeah, that's when the Pacers are gonna win the title. Uh, but yeah, the Pacers they look good, man. I mean, the depth is insane. I think the Pacers have the best depth in the NBA by far. They have, I think they have like 10 players averaging at least 10 points, which is fucking insane. They remind me of the Suns of the mid 2000s, with Steve Nash, Stoudemire, Marion, Roger Bell, Diaw, Barbosa, like those type of players. And that's what the Pacers remind me of right now. You got Siakam, Miles Turner, um, Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nemhard, and Ben Mathurin. Ben Mathurin. This whole time the Pacers went to the Eastern Conference Finals without Ben Mathurin, and now that he's back healthy, I think they just got a lot better. I think they just got a lot better. Um, and yeah, I got them as a third seed. But y'all ain't gonna win a fucking championship. The second best team in the East is my New York Knicks, and y'all should know what number one is. But before we get to number one, man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Look how far we came, bro. Look how far we came. I remember the dark days when the Knicks was a laughing stock of a team. They missed the playoffs 8 seasons in a row, and now they're like top 5 best NBA teams right now. Now, of course, as I said earlier, I miss Julius Randle, but getting Cat, I think that's just as good, if not better, because he's a better three-point shooter. And we needed a center, and we was going to plan to put Randle at center, but I don't think that would work. But having Cat, who can score from anywhere in the 5, can really help a lot, along with OG Anunoby and Hart helping out on defense, and Mikal Bridges too. You got Duthie McBride. You got Precious. Landry Shamet just got waived, so we ain't going to have him. But of course, we have the real him, my glorious king, Jalen mother fucking Brunson, bro. We look good, but I think the only issue we have, we need a fucking bench. We need a better bench. Like, we got some good rookies. I like Tyler Kolek. Ariel Huckporty is amazing. Pacom Daddier. I feel like Pacom might get some minutes this season, despite him being a rookie, because, Thibodeau don't usually play rookies like that. But since we need a wing player, I guess Daddier might be on the rotation, but we'll see. But yeah, man, the Knicks, despite them only have like 12 or 13 available players on a standard contract, I still think that they can really do some work. Hopefully, get revenge on every NBA team and win the championship. Only one can dream, bro. But yeah, as of right now, I see my Knicks as the second best team in the and not the NBA. I wish, but second best team in the East, and that means the Boston Celtics. Not only the best team in the East, but they look like the best team in the NBA still. They got the same roster, but let's be honest, it's working out for them. There's no point in changing it. You all know what type of players they have if you watch the finals, like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Al Horford, Porzingis, Derek White, Sam Hauser, and I feel like I said somebody's name twice. But, man. What can I say, bro? I mean, the Celtics are the Celtics. Obviously, as you can see, they won last season's title, and they're looking to repeat it. Now they have a big chance, but I don't think it's going to be easy this time. Teams have gotten better, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, I want to do the award I want to do the award predictions as well. Okay? So we're going to start off with the rookie of the year. I have Mates Buzelis. Now I know what you're thinking. What about Zach Edey, Rob Dillingham, and even the number one pick? Well, honestly, the draft class is not looking the best, but I feel like Buzelis can actually, especially like now that DeRozan is gone, I feel like Buzelis can actually do some work. I can see him average like 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Like that's why I got Chicago at number 10. Like because of Buzelis, um, I think he can really help out the Bulls' offensive firepower. But yeah, I got Matas Buzelis as this year's Rookie of the Year. Most improved player, I got Jalen Johnson. This guy's a dog. This guy's a fucking dog, bro. I can see him average like 23, 10, and 4 this season. He's gonna be a breakout star. That's the real reason why I have Atlanta as the 9th seed. I had to keep him secret, but bro, Jalen Johnson, he got what it takes. He got what it takes. I remember when people said, I remember when people thought that Alex Sarr was going to be the number one pick and gets drafted to Atlanta. But I was hoping that wouldn't happen because it wouldn't really make sense. Because Jalen Johnson is developing to be a star, and I really think he might like surprise everyone. He did average like 16, 8, and 5 last season. Yeah, yeah. He got what it takes. Jalen Johnson's is going to be most improved player this season for sure. Clutch player of the year, I got Luka. Now, he has a whole lot of game winners during his NBA career, and I still feel like he's going to have a lot more. Luka is a really, come on now, like, Luka's a crazy ass player, bro. We all should know that. But I got Luka as the most clutch player of the year. Coach of the year, this is Chris Finch, the head coach of the Timberwolves. Him coaching a number one seed team, it could really give him coach of the year. And I remember last season he actually got injured during a playoff game. It's weird too. Like you don't see coaches like ever get injured, but someone fell into his leg and it broke his leg. Yeah, I think that was probably one of the weirdest injuries I've ever seen. A coach getting injured. That's weird. But glad to see him all recovered and everything. And yeah, I can see him win Coach of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year got to be Wemby. For sure. For sure, Wemby. And then I know what I said. The Spurs, they're not going to make the playoffs. And usually the player who wins Defensive Player of the Year is on a playoff team. But maybe this could be, I don't know if this is the first time a Defensive Player of the Year wins and he's not in the playoffs. But for Wemby, if that's true, then Wemby might be the first guy to do it. Because he's a ridiculously good defender, bro. He's too good to not win Defensive Player of the Year. He might win it for the next 10 years. Like, that's how good he is. Shit's crazy. My prediction of the player of the MVP award must go to Luka Doncic. Not only the clutch player of the year, but the most valuable player. I really think, like he should have been had this. Like, Luka's too good to not win MVP. Like, he doesn't have a ring yet, but he's got to have an MVP. Like this shit. Like, come on now. Luka has to win MVP this season. He's going to try his hardest to like make sure he might get he might average like a 35-point triple-double. He better win a fucking MVP. Seriously, he's too good to not win one. Last but not least, it's time to reveal my prediction for this season's NBA champion. In 3, 2, 1. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder winning the NBA championship. Now, I know what you're thinking if you were watching my NBA shit. What about the Knicks? You always say that the Knicks are going to win an NBA championship either this year and or next year. Well, when I look at this OKC Thunder roster, they look like the best team. I feel like they have like their best chance to win this year. And I know what I said about the Timberwolves. They look good. But if there's one thing OKC has something like better than the Timberwolves and it could help them, is chemistry, team chemistry. If you watch the Thunder play this season, you're going to see how like well constructed this team plays. There's no ego on this team. Shea, the guy who's averaging 30 points on this team, what's shocking is that he doesn't have a 50-point game yet. He'll probably might have one this season, but he doesn't have a 50-point game yet. And that's something I don't understand. Like, how do you average 30 points in 2 straight seasons with not a single 50-point game? His career high is like 44 or something. Like, that's crazy. It's like every night he's like averaging around like obviously like 30 to like not obviously not 30, but like I would say like 25 to 40 like every game. Bro, I feel like this team has the best chance of winning the title, but that's what my brain is saying. What my heart is saying is my Knicks. So basically, my brain is thinking the Thunder is going to win it all, but my heart is saying the Knicks. I still believe the Knicks can win a championship if they get the right players. I feel it in my heart. But for OKC, how they look and everything, it's all in the brain. But will my heart win the bet against my brain? Well, we'll see in June. But yeah, I got OKC surprising the NBA, beating the Celtics in the finals, and winning a championship. But hey, let's hope my heart is right and the Knicks win the NBA championship just like the New York Liberty did. But yeah, guys, that'll do it with my 2024-2025 NBA season prediction. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my take? Do you disagree? Let me know of a hot take of yours. And also tomorrow on TNT, starting at 7:30, my Knicks will be facing the Celtics. And after that, the Lakers will be facing the Wolves in Los Angeles. So 7:30 tomorrow, go to TNT, watch those 2 games. Man, oh man, finally, the NBA is back.